All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Off-Leashed Kids pre-show. So we will be beginning at about 6:30. So we have a couple of minutes while we wait for everybody to join us and get nice and comfy on their couches with their furry friends. So while you guys are waiting, we have an activity up on screen for you to start. So you can see I have this wonderful Halloween house, but it is full of hazards for pets. So what I would like you guys to do is to take a look at this picture and try and find these different hazards for the pets and let us know the hazards that you see in the chat. Keegan will be standing by waiting for your answers, and I'm very curious to see what all of you guys see in this house of hazards. There's quite a few of them in there. I can even see a few animals who are reacting to some of the things that are happening in this house. I don't know. I think the one that always grabs my eye is the little dog in his costume down there being approached by a mummy. Doesn't look pretty sure about that one, does he?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, we have an answer coming in the chat. The ghost.
Ooh, the ghost up in the attic. I could imagine a ghost would be pretty scary for pets and people. I would know I'd be scared of a ghost in my attic.
Definitely, that was a great find. Oh, Mitch gave us another answer. The fireworks. That can be really loud and scary. That is a great answer. Oh, and there's another one. Wow, you're all such quick typers. Great work. The Halloween candy, that's one of my favorites as well. It's something that I'm drawn to. Our pets can be too, but that's definitely not safe for them. Hey, Deirdre.
Yeah, there's a lot of ingredients in candy and chocolate especially that is not good for our furry friends. So we want to make sure that we put our Halloween candy somewhere safe so they don't get it and so that nobody else gets it, because I know sometimes in my house, my Halloween candy would disappear faster than I ate it.
We have a couple more answers coming in. So someone saw the open window. That's a really good one too.
Well, that's a good one, yeah, because anybody could jump out that window or come in that window. Could you imagine?
Spooky.
Had that before.
Computer cables. Wow, you've got good eyes. That's another really good find, an important one, especially for our small animal friends. Great work. Oh, Mitch, you found soap. I couldn't even see the soap there. That is a good one too. That can definitely be hazardous for our pets.
Yeah, all the cleaning products you can see, or even the laundry detergent, definitely.
Furnace. That's another good one too.
Oh, definitely. We don't really want our animals going into the room where the furnace is, do we?
Definitely not. Oh, Fraser said candle. That's a really good one. Fire is dangerous for all of us.
And I know sometimes our animals can actually be attracted to it. I know my cat Link likes to sit and stare at fire. So I have to make sure that it is always in a very safe, covered situation.
It can be pretty mesmerizing, yes.
Definitely.
I don't know about you, but I know my dog Rex doesn't sometimes pay attention to where he's swinging his toys around. So if there was a candle nearby, he could knock that over.
That's a good point.
We've talked about it.
Does Rex ever get the zoomies, Blair? That could be an issue too. I know Prin back here, she zooms around when she's full of energy, so that could definitely be.
Oh yeah, as well. He knows we're talking about him too. He's looking for hazards himself.
We had some more answers come in. Open doors, yeah, just like the window, another really important thing to keep closed. Chocolate candy, definitely one of my favorites, but not safe for our pets. Hey, Blair, what's the toxin that's in chocolate?
Theobromine. Oh, that took me a second.
I only asked because I know it's your favorite toxin to think of. Great one. So, oh, lots more answers.
Yeah,
nice.
They're coming in fast.
Very fast. Cabinet with pills. That's a huge one. Got a couple more. Caught under recliner. Really outside of the box thinkers. Recliners can be tricky spaces, and especially for cats or like other small animals that like to climb under things, really important to keep an eye on before we jump down on those sorts of seats. On the outside porch. Oh, what do you see on the outside porch, Tracy? What else we have? Plants can be toxic. That's another really good one that a lot of people don't know, but it's important to think about too. Great work. Let me see, I'm making sure I didn't miss any. Oh, knitting needles. What do we think about that one, Blair, Deirdre?
Oh, those are probably, they could be definitely dangerous. I know the yarn that they're sticking in can be especially dangerous for cats. I know Alfred likes to play with it and can get a little bit tangled if he's not being watched.
I think the pet owners who are living in this house are probably very busy trying to keep their pet safe.
I think so.
Oh, we've got lots of answers about the dryer door being open. That's really dangerous, and kind of like the fire, we're talking about the flame on a candle, that can be really mesmerizing to watch too, right, when it's on. But so it might be interesting, or maybe something that our pets are curious about, so definitely important to keep closed.
I know some cats, when they are looking for a warm place to snuggle, in the dryer is one of the best places, so you got to double check that.
Oh, Tracy, you're saying the fireworks that were outside on the porch. Yeah, that's another big one. Fireworks are loud and scary, and I honestly don't really love the sound of them either. So think about our pets who have even better hearing than us. That's not fun.
All right, so it looks like it is 6:30 and it is time to get going. So we're just going to do a quick switch up here. Our friend. All right. There we go. I couldn't see it for a sec. So hi and welcome everyone to the Off-Leash Kids Pre-Show. We are so excited to have all of you guys here joining us tonight as we get to share a few sneaks into the main show, play some fun games, hear about some amazing youth animal advocates all across the province, and brainstorm some different ways that we can all help animals. And this is all before the main show even starts. So we also have a very special challenge later in the show that we'll need your help with, but I don't want to give away everything right now. So while everyone has a chance to sign in and get comfortable, we thought we would do a bit of a check-in with you guys tonight and see how you are all feeling. So this is something that we love to do, to do a little bit of a check-in during our programs and see how everybody is feeling, and what better way to do it than with some fun animal photos. So this is where we want to hear from you guys in the chat. So take a look at the different pictures on the screen and choose one or two or even three that speak to your mood and how you're feeling right now, and type those numbers in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. You can even tell us why you're feeling that way. We would love to hear about it. I think for myself today, I'm feeling a little bit more of a 6 with a little bit of a 5. I have a lot of energy. I'm ready to go. I'm very excited. But I know when the show is done, I'll probably be more like a 7. What about you, Blair? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling partly like a 2 because I was so impressed with all the answers that came in during the while we wait activity, but all the hazards in that house, and also a bit of an 8.
Yeah, that 8. I feel I got too much energy to be an 8, but I want to be an 8. What about you, Keegan? How are you feeling?
I'm very excited for the show. I think I'm feeling a lot like a 6, but also like a 2 because I think it's gonna be great today.
Love the animal funs.
Oh, and the chat has just been going. We've got lots of 8s, so lots of people looking like they're really excited. That's awesome. William and Meredith. We've got lots of 5s too. Naomi, John, Brianna, we've got a 6 as well. Some so excited horses. We've got another 8, a 7 in there. A sleepy cat. Yeah, I think Prin behind me here is a 7 as well. Oh, a 9. I wonder how that cat might be feeling. A 4. We've got some 3s and 4s. A 3 because they're hungry.
Lots of different numbers in there. That's awesome.
Love it. We're all a little bit across the board. love hearing from all of you guys. I hope for whoever's feeling a little bit sleepy that we pump you up and get you super excited for the main show, so you're feeling more like an 8 for the main show. So I'm so glad that all of you guys are really excited to be here, and we can't wait for the main show either. So before we burrow into our program, you all may have noticed that you can only see the hosts' videos at the moment, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to hear from you guys. So throughout the program, you can answer our questions, ask your own, or simply let us know what you are thinking by using the chat function, just like you guys have been doing. At all times, we're going to have somebody monitoring that chat. At the moment, it is Keegan, and they will jump in to ask your questions when they think it's a good time, or get back to you in the chat if they're able to answer the question themselves. And if any time during this program you guys need a break, that's okay. You can get up, take a break, and come back. The program will keep going. Hopefully you won't miss a bunch, but we don't want you sitting there if you really, really, really got to take that bathroom break. Go ahead, definitely do that. So it's now past 6:30, and hopefully everyone's joined. And I think it's probably about time that we, the hosts, introduce ourselves. So hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be able to join all of you guys tonight. As I've said a few times, my name is Deirdre, and I'm a regional and humane educator for the BC SPCA in the Thompson-Nicola district. But I mostly work out of the Untitled Shelter. And as you may have noticed, though, that's not currently where I am. As with many people during COVID, I have been extremely lucky to get to work from home and spend a lot more time with my wonderful furry friends. So Alfred, my ginger part Maine Coon cat that you can see in the photo there, as well as my short hair black cat Link. And they've become really important parts of my virtual presentations that I get to do from home, and are actually known for walking across and lying on my keyboard throughout presentations. So don't be surprised if you see them through the evening or even just hear them in the background. They just love to be a part of virtual everything. I also just wanted to acknowledge that I am a 3rd-generation Canadian who lives on and is presenting from the unceded traditional territory of the Untitled and the Tecumseh are the Shuswap tribal nations. Now, over to Blair.
Hi, everyone. My name's Blair. I'm a regional humane educator for the SPCA on Central Vancouver Island. So hello to everyone, but maybe I might hear those of you on Vancouver Island typing away in the chat. This is my dog, Rex. He is very excited to be here. He just holds it in very well. And I'm really excited to be here with you all today. I can't wait to play the games we have lined up. And I would also like to acknowledge that I'm a 4th-generation Canadian who lives and works on the unceded territories of the Snuneymuxw First Nations people. Over to you, Keegan.
Thank you, Blair. I also wanted to start by acknowledging that it is with great respect that I live and work on the unceded territories of the Syilx Nation, who are a part of the Okanagan Alliance of the Uncoquestion-speaking peoples. And as Blair mentioned, my name is Keegan, and I am also a humane educator for the BC SPCA, and I'm in the Okanagan region. So just as Blair and Deirdre are, and I'm sure most of you as well, even though I work for the SPCA in Kelowna, I'm joining you tonight from my home, which is really special because my furry friend back here, Prin, who you may also see in the video or the picture on screen as well, gets to join too. It's her nap time right now, so she'll probably stick around up there for most of the show, but if she gets down, you'll have to message me in the chat so I know, because like Deirdre already mentioned, I will be monitoring the chat through most of today's show, and I will be trying to answer your questions as quickly as I can, as well as share some of your answers with Blair and Deirdre as well. So I'm really excited to get into this Off-Leash Kids pre-show tonight with you, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you all.
Awesome. So those are your hosts for the evening. And so we mentioned where we're calling from, but we thought it'd be fun to see where all of you guys are joining us from. So let us know in the chat where it is you're joining. I suspect we'll probably hear from a lot of you that you guys live in Vancouver or around Vancouver, but I'm curious to see if we have people across the province or maybe even beyond. So do we have anyone in the chat, Keegan, letting us know where they're from?
We do. We have William in Vancouver, via Scottsdale. We have Holden in West Vancouver. I Love Animals in Salt Spring Island. Oh, there's so many. We also have Coquitlam, Burnaby, Vancouver, Naramata, Surrey, West Van. Wow, all over.
Wow, that's insane. That's so many people from all over. I wish we could give a prize for like the furthest away, don't you, Blair? It'd be so cool to like figure that out.
Me too. Well, what I'm excited about too is I recognize a couple names in the chat from those who have attended youth programs virtually to us. So hello again.
Love that.
Everyone, wonderful.
Okay. All right. So, wow. So like I said, I'm really amazed by how many different places like everybody is joining from. And that's what's so wonderful about virtual programs is that you guys can join from anywhere across the province and even farther beyond that. But this program would not be possible without the generous support of the Bank of RBC. They are our incredible sponsor this evening, and it is because of their interest in investing in children and youth that this wonderful program exists. So what I'd like you all to do, I want you to, wherever you are, give RBC a big round of applause, a pause, a drum roll, high pause, or a woot woot, and say thank you, RBC, for allowing us to have this really great kids show. I feel like I might have heard something here in Kamloops. I don't know. What about you, Blair? Do you think you can?
I'm pretty sure. I think there are some people on this call that are maybe just a block over because I heard some cheering.
Yeah. What about you, Keegan? You hear some in Kelowna as well?
I think I hear some in Kelowna as well.
Awesome. So hopefully RBC heard it as well. So now I'm going to hand it over to Blair, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the BC SPCA and what it is we do.
Thanks so much, Deirdre. Well, I have to say this is one of my favorite topics because I love animals and we love working with the SPCA. So what do we do? The SPCA does a lot of things. We've been around since 1895. So we are over 126 years old. Not me. I haven't been here 126 years, but the SPCA has. We help all kinds of animals. We help wild, pets, farm animals. We want to make sure all animals in British Columbia have a happy and healthy life. And part of that is we care and find homes for animals. We respond to calls from the community, people who are concerned about an animal. We get to reunite lost animals with their family. And what Deirdre, Keegan, and I particularly get to do is we get to run youth programs, just like this one. Now, we are humane educators, but a lot of times, if you go into an SPCA shelter, you will see the shelter staff working really hard. And some of you might have wondered, I wonder what a day like that looks like. So we're going to check out this great video next, all about a little bit more information on what the shelter staff do.
Staff at the BC SPCA are always on the lookout for animals needing help. Some don't have a family to call their own and need a little help from the BC SPCA. We always try and make them feel better. Maybe the animal is lost and has a family looking for them. So first we want to find out if they have a microchip, which lets us know who to call to come pick them up. Next, we check to see how healthy they are. Maybe they need some special care or some medicine. Next, the staff make the animal as comfy as possible in a safe kennel with pillows, blankets, and toys. Daily care includes food, medicine, and time spent with both staff and volunteers, along with some basic training and some manners. Sometimes, an animal would do better in a temporary home called a foster home to show them what a life filled with love could look like. After everyone gets to know the animal, a profile is put on the BC SPCA website showing photos and details about their personality. This way, people can see if they are the right fit for the animal. Humans then come to the shelter to meet the animals, and our staff figure out if this is a good fit. And if it is, the animal gets to go home with their new forever family. Positively fantastic.
There we go. I lost my unmute button. Oh my goodness. Luckily that doesn't happen in real life. All right. So that's just a glimpse into how the SPCA try and care for the animals that come into our care. But part of caring for them is knowing what they need to be happy and healthy, so we can make sure their homes look the way they're supposed to look until they find their forever home and they get the right kinds of foods and treats. So, which leads us to the game we're going to play today. This is one of my favorite games, and it's called Two Truths and a Lie, but it is guinea pig edition because we can get quite a few guinea pigs into our care. And you can see this guinea pig is wanting us to change the name to Two Truths and a Lie.
I think he's right.
Yes. So the way this game works is I'm going to show you 3 statements on the screen. I'll read them out, and you're going to try and figure out which one is not the truth. So 2 of them are true, 1 of them is the lie. And you're going to type the number next to the sentence that you think is the lie in the chat. And we will see how we do. All right. We don't want to go backwards. All right, first up, number 1, a guinea pig is also called a cavy. A guinea pig's teeth stop growing when they're a year old. Or number 3, guinea pigs eat their own poop. Which one do you think is the lie?
Ooh, we already have answers coming in. We have a 3, couple more 3s and a few 2s. Okay, lots of 2s and a few 3s is what I'm seeing, and 1. Oh, a few more.
All right, let's find out. Number 2 is the lie. A guinea pig's teeth never stop growing. It can grow 1 to 2 millimeters every week, which is why it's so important for them to have things to chew on. So all the other 2 facts are the truth. Guinea pigs do in fact eat their own poop. All right, next question. Which one is the lie? Number 1, guinea pigs sweat a lot. Number 2, guinea pigs need lots of space to run and explore. Or number 3, guinea pigs are born with teeth and fur. Which one is the lie?
Oh, we have a few 1s coming in and some 3s so far.
All right, the lie is number 1. Guinea pigs don't sweat a lot because they can't sweat at all. They don't have sweat glands. That's why it's so important when we're caring for guinea pigs, we make sure they don't get too hot. If they're having time outside, we need to make sure there's a person there supervising them at all times and they're in a nice shaded, cool area. And yes, guinea pigs are born with teeth and fur. And in fact, they can run around within a couple hours of being born. I don't know about you, but I was not running around a couple hours after being born. It took me a little longer. All right. Last question for this game. Which one is the lie? Number 1, guinea pigs are social and happiest living in a group. Number 2, guinea pigs sleep for long periods of time. Or number 3, guinea pigs need extra vitamin C because they can't produce it themselves. Which one is
Had some 3s come in and a couple 1s. This is a tricky one for the last one. Lots of 3s.
Yeah, let's find out. Number 2 is the lie. Guinea pigs do not sleep for long periods of time. In fact, in a 24-hour period, guinea pigs sleep maybe 4 to 6 hours, and that's all just with little naps. So they don't sleep 8 hours like we try to do as humans. Now, guinea pigs also sleep in a funny way. I'm going to show you a picture of 2 guinea pigs. One of them is awake and one of them is asleep. Can you tell me which one is sleeping? In the chat. A. Is A sleeping or is B sleeping?
Quite a few B's and a couple A's as well. We're undecided. Lots back and forth.
Both their eyes are open.
It's tricky.
But B is sleeping. Guinea pigs sleep most often with their eyes open. Because they're prey animals, they need to be able to run away at just a moment's notice if they feel a predator will be coming too close. So they will only sleep with their eyes fully closed if they're really comfortable and feeling really safe. But good thing this guinea pig has a friend nearby to watch out for them as well. Nice work, everybody, fabulous. Okay, speaking of guinea pigs, we have a cute video alert and we need your help because there are actually 3 guinea pigs right now at the Vancouver SPCA who need names. So we are going to watch an adorable video of these 3 guinea pigs and you are going to let us know what you think we should name them. All 3 of them are girls, and you can put them into the chat, and we will be writing down what those names are. And at the main off-leash show at 7 o'clock, towards the beginning, we will draw names from a hat. So we will pick from your list of names as to what we will be naming those 3 guinea pigs before they go up for adoption tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Jody, the manager of the Vancouver SPCA, and today I'm here to talk about guinea pigs. Oh, this one's going to chat with us. A few things you need to know about guinea pigs is they make absolutely wonderful pets for kids. But never adopt just a single guinea pig. It's always best to have 2 or more pigs. They love to be in herds and they don't like to be by themselves. You have to remember guinea pigs do eat a lot of hay, and that is the majority of their diet. They need pellets and fresh veggies and fruit. And like this little one chatting here, oh, there you go. One thing you'll learn about them is once they hear you opening the fridge, they know that you're getting them fresh veggies or fruit, and they'll start squealing like that and talking to you. They're very vocal. Oh, you're just talking up a storm. A couple fun facts about guinea pigs is they can be litter trained. What they will do is they'll go into a litter pan to eat their hay, and they learn to eliminate in there. You also need to supply them with hidey holes and fun tunnels and things they can play with. We fill toilet tubes with hay, and they love to chew on those to keep their teeth nice and trim. Guinea pigs need to be checked up by their vet and make sure they're healthy. And you have to teach them how to get their nails clipped because they continue to grow like other animals. Fun facts. What can we tell about you guys? Guinea pigs can poop up to 200 to 300 times a day. That's why it's important to make sure that you have a litter pan and litter train them. Now what we need you to do is, since we have 3 little girl piggies that will be going up for adoption on October 16th, we need you to be creative and submit some fun names for them.
They were adorable, weren't they? Let's hear in the chat who thought the guinea pigs were cute. Let's see.
There are so many wonderful names coming in already as well. Quite a few stood out to me. I wonder if everyone's a little hungry right now. There was bubblegum, lollipop, snickerdoodle, cookies, carrot. There's a theme coming through with a lot of them, as well as so many other great names.
I love it. There are such awesome names. I saw some of them. And speaking of the food name, I am excited to pass it back over to Deirdre, who will be talking to you about an animal who actually found their forever home because of last year's off-leash program. Over to you, Deirdre.
I'm so excited to tell you guys about Oreo. So you guys might recognize Oreo's picture there because Oreo, like Blair mentioned, was featured on Offleashed last year. So that's because Oreo came into our care in September of 2020, and she was pretty scared and lonely, and everyone wanted to make sure that she went to a great home. So they decided to feature her in last year's Offleashed program. And so a family who was watching from home, Aaron, Dennis, and their 2 kids, Isabella and Oliver, who we're going to meet in a video in just a moment, fell in love with Oreo on screen. So they contacted the BC SPCA to see how they could help. But none of the dogs were ready for adoption yet. So the family had faith though, and they waited. And so they applied and waited months and months until Oreo was ready to finally come home. And so they got the word that they were able to bring Oreo home. And so let's see what they're up to now and how they keep this adorable and very busy puppy happy and safe.
I wonder if there's some people watching who knew about this story, because Oreo came in as a guest a couple times, which is pretty great. So we'll see. And Oreo is so sweet.
Just sharing it 2 seconds here.
Outside to play. Oreo! Come on! We play with her a lot. When she starts to get bored, I'll throw a ball for her inside and she runs after it. We go on runs with her sometimes also. We give her bones and then we throw the bones and then she runs and gets the bones. She's taught us to go outside a lot and she likes to eat the blackberries. She like Almost all the times that she goes outside, I like watch it to see if she's like all right and she doesn't like run up the road.
We get outside a lot more with her, and it's really cool having a little puppy around with us.
Well, it's hard work to take care of a dog,
But it's very fun to have a dog or a puppy.
sometimes when I wake up, she jumps up on the bed and starts to lick my face because she wants to get me up.
She likes to snuggle a lot too. We usually call her Sweetheart because she's very sweet. We love her so much and she feels like family to us.
She is a dog, but she's also an important part of our family, and she really matters to our family.
Awesome. I love that video. And doesn't Oreo look so happy in her new home? Hopefully we can get just as fabulous forever homes for the guinea pigs this year. So adopting an animal is a wonderful thing that you can do to help animals, but there's lots of other ways that we can help animals if you can't take one into your home and care for it. So now it's time for probably my favorite part of the evening, and that is our RBC Leadership Highlight, where we get to highlight some of the amazing youth helping animals across the province. So first up, we have Cody. And so Cody actually was involved in a very large project this summer. He decided he wanted to do something big. And so he and his mother decided that they wanted to get solar panels put on the Sunshine Coast SPCA. And so how was he going to do this? He decided to start his very own walking fundraiser, a climb for climate change. And so he was able to walk on Sunday, March 14th, 115-kilometer trek. So took 4 days, but he started on that day, and one long ferry ride, and he got all the way to the Powell River SPCA in a matter of 4 days. And in that time, they were able to raise that $10,000 that they were looking to raise for the Cool It program, but also they were just shy of the $20,000 that they wanted to raise for the solar panels, raising $18,446, which is still incredible. So way to go, Cody.
It is. And we're also so excited to showcase another leader that we have. This is Holden, and I know Holden is on the call with us today. Holden decided that he wanted to raise awareness for an issue called white nose syndrome amongst bats. And he made a great video at a camp that we had, and we were going to share it on the call, but unfortunately, I don't think we'll have time for that today, but we will try to send it out that way so everyone can see it after. Now, Holden decided to have his toy bat act out this issue, and it ended up raising a lot of awareness. He thought he was only going to be teaching the people at his camp, but he ended up teaching a lot more people because we have shared it far and wide. Now, not only is creating videos a great way to raise awareness and take a stand for animals, but being artistic as well in other ways. These three campers were at an SPCA on Vancouver Island and realized there was a dog that had been looked over a lot and had been staying at the shelter too long. So they decided to make a poster all about this dog named Buddy, and he was adopted within 10 days, which was really great. Oh, yes, definitely. Now, these were just some examples of what kids have done across the province. So Cody went for a very long walk to raise money. Holden created a video about bats, and the three campers created an adoption posters. What do you think are some other things we can do to be an everyday animal hero? What are some things we can do to help animals in the environment? We would love to see in the chat what you come up with. So keep those coming in, think about it, and maybe just to get some of those ideas flowing, we can keep nature clean. We can educate others about animal issues, just like Holden was doing. We can remind others to be kind to animals. If there's an animal you see you're worried about, you can call the SPCA. Yes, I see someone in the chat said picking up garbage in parks and dog parks. That's an excellent way to do that. And we usually get questions about volunteering. Now, usually have to be about 16 to volunteer in an SPCA shelter. But as we just learned, there are so many other ways to help animals where you don't need to be in a shelter that way. So no matter how young you are, that you can always do things to help animals in your own home, animals out in the wild, your neighbors. There are always ways, especially with such caring animal lovers that I know we have on this call today. Because most important thing too is once we learn about what we can do to help animals in the environment, the more we know, the better we can make the world for them. So when we know better, we can do better. And I know sometimes it might feel like people don't listen the way you want them to, and that our voices might not be as strong as we'd like, but your voices are very powerful, especially when you speak up about animals or something that you're passionate about. So we really want that to be something that you remember. And we just want to say as well, thank you so much for joining us for this kids pre-show. We had a great time, and we hope you will stay and log on to the main off-leash show that starts in 1 minute. Remember, we'll be drawing names for the guinea pigs. You never know if your name might come up. And if your name doesn't come up, we will be keeping those names on file for future animals, because we have to name a lot of animals at the SPCA.
Exactly. I'm seeing some more wonderful ideas. How to be change makers coming in. You can keep those coming. We love to hear it.
Yes, wonderful. And thank you so much, everyone. It is 7 o'clock now, so we should all make our way over to the main off-leash show.
Sounds good. All right.
I see you
Bye,
there.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Morning.